Howdy there, my name is Atticus Finch, and today I will be sort of making a cooking video. I got really bored and my fiance wasn't here to keep tabs on me, so I decided to cook something, kind of like Binging with Babish, but shot on a cruddy webcam thing, and by a kind of chubby Texas college student without any real formal training in cooking. And yeah, so anyway, so we're going to put some flour and some milk in a bowl, whisk that up, and then we're going to add eggs in there and whisk that up. And it's important to use a rainbow whisk so you can show that you are an ally to all your LGBT friends. So make sure to season this a little bit, add some nice liberal pinches of salt here. Do them like Salt Bay kind of if you want to. I don't know. Whatever, man. I'm really bored. That's kind of the theme for today. So add some freshly ground black pepper to all that. That's always nice. Make sure you roughly mix all of that together. And we're going to take some fresh pico de gallo that I have right here. Make sure there's cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you're a freak. No, I'm just kidding. But you should really add cilantro. It's better that way. Add some really nice roasted salsa to that. You don't want to go too overboard with it because it is kind of acidic, and you do have milk and eggs in there, and that can sometimes get a little weird if you add too much acid to that. So we're going to add some smoked paprika to that, give it a little bit of a smoky taste. We're going to add some chipotle pepper, give it sort of like a sweet smoke. And we're going to add just a little bit of traditional cayenne pepper to give it just a little bit of a kick. So, yeah, you're just going to mix that together, and then we're going to prep the potatoes. So, just get any old frozen potatoes, You could do all this by hand, but that would be a waste of time, and you're probably, you got better things to do. It's important to drink your coffee out of a mason jar, like a homeless person. So that's what I'm doing over here. And make sure that you add lots of salt to this. Just lots of seasoning in general. Potatoes, they're kind of bland by nature, so you have to make sure that you really spice them up. So add plenty of salt. Add some freshly ground black pepper. Right here I'm using some pretty finely ground black pepper, so that way, all those flavors really permeate in there. Coarse is fine, it just has a different texture. Add some more smoked paprika. I'm going to add quite a bit of that to give it sort of a home fry kind of thing. I've always loved home fries, and I think it really works in this particular case. I'm going to go get some more of the other spices over here. Get some chipotle chili. Going to add that in there. Yep. And some cayenne. So, and like Binging with Babish, it's like a super high quality video, and it has kind of like some jazzy music in the background. Yeah, I don't have any of that, so I'm just gonna talk now. This is definitely the JV version of Binging with Babish. So I also don't have that much to talk about. So like, how was your day? Mine was pretty nice. Had these tacos, which were good. Spoiler alert. It'd be kind of funny if I made this video and they're terrible, but I don't know. It's took my last exam today, so finally out for winter break. So evidently I did not trim this video much. There we go. All right, so a quick word on tortillas. It's important to get high quality tortillas. These are some nice wheat tortillas. They're nice and thick. I always think that the quality of the tortilla really affects how good these tacos are going to be. So make sure that you practice your artful flipping. So after they're nice and browned and some of that moisture on those potatoes has really dried up, you're going to want to reduce that heat, and then you're going to want to drizzle the eggs over it. Now you want to be careful here to make sure that you evenly coat it, or there aren't any big swaths that are missing it. So even though we reduced the heat, It is cooking pretty fast, so you do want to make sure that you're stirring it. You know, the problem is, you know, when you're doing this, you can't be too aggressive with it because you don't want to turn this into mashed potatoes or anything. So, you know, keep stirring it, but do be careful about the potatoes. So, just so you know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, somehow binging with Babish is interesting. Okay, here we go. This is about when it's getting done. So make sure that you heat up your tortillas. And then this is the proper way to plate them up, you know, if you have these little paper trays. I have a lot of them because my fiance accidentally stole them from the front office of our apartment when we were getting free food. And then you just want to top with some mild cheddar cheese and just drizzle your favorite sauce over it. Don't go too crazy with the sauce, though, because we did already add it to the eggs and everything. And besides, you don't want it to be too wet. Just enough to sort of coat all of that. And make sure that you only add sauce like right before you eat it. Anyway, that's basically how you make this. So I got really bored and did this. And it was pretty good. So, you know, if you want to do this too, it's vegetarian, so it's great. You should totally